Radio 1's digital update.
You know what Public Enemy is?
Public Enemy.
On tonight's show, men in suits stop Public Enemy bringing the noise online.
Bring the noise!
Plus, the underdog reveals why a quest to save a fairy princess is holding up the latest Uncle remix.
And shoot all over the place while your friends go down in the Quake level based on Titanic.
I'm Rachel Reynard, and overwhelmed with salty Sea Dog's funk, that's Charlie Brooker.
Hello, this is the digital update on Radio 1.
6 months ago, if you wanted to make music using your PlayStation, you'd have had to rig up a microphone, bash the console with a bit of pipe and call it avant-garde noise art. John Peel might have given you some airplay, but if you wanted something more chart-friendly, you'd have been stuck. Until now. A new music creation tool called simply Music aims to place the power of a high-end sequencer in the hands of the average console-playing schmo. It's officially endorsed by none other than Radio 1's very own Judge Jules.
The equipment that required to make a decent dance record has come down and down in price over the last 10 years, from probably costing upwards of £100,000 10 years ago to costing at a professional level in the thousands, and now it's available to everybody via their PlayStation, and that's got to be a good thing.
Especially when, to be fair, you're being paid to say it. So is it really any good? We lent a copy to musician Richie Warburton and asked him to go away and play with it in a dark room like a troll.
It's absolutely nothing like any music software that I've ever used before. It looks like a game crashing into a sequencer. There isn't a mouse and there isn't a keyboard, there's just a system of buttons on the PlayStation handset. But just like any old hard computer game, you get used to using it very, very quickly. It is all loop-based, and it's quite hard to get your head around a loop that's more than 2 or 3 bars long. The loops are a bit cheesy, it has to be said, so hopefully they're going to release a CD with some new ones on.
Jules.
My basic building block would be very funky drums and a kind of funky bass line. That's how I like my music in just about all its forms, be it drum and bass, be it hip-hop, be it ambient or house. And really you have to move up from there. You also have to look towards what chords you like. Obviously, more minor chords are those that tug on the heartstrings or make the hairs on the back of the neck stick up, whereas major keys tend to be perhaps more poppy. You have to decide which of those particular areas you personally love and follow the heart.
If you share your living room or your TV set with anybody else, they're likely to get out knives and chase you around after an hour or so. 2 hours of me going like that, or it's so annoying.
At the risk of driving his girlfriend insane, Richie used the software to write a complete track with the radio-friendly title King F***ing Kong.
For someone who's just starting out and doesn't know whether they're really going to be suited to this sort of creation of music, then yeah, it's a perfect stepping stone to find out if you can do it. Find out whether you like it. You'll probably find that lots of people will be willing to lash out 35 quid even though they don't really know whether they like making music or not, and they'll find that they're brilliant at it.
We played Richie's offering to Jules, who reckoned King F***ing Kong was
Very, very impressive. It's kind of got its own style. It's only that I know the music software for PlayStation so well that I'm aware that one's capable of doing that. He should go and visit one of the kind of ambient, Detroit-orientated labels and take it forward. There's certainly talent there.
Thank you very much, Judge Jules. Thank you.
And thanks, Richie. We'll leave the final verdict on music to him.
It is quite basic, but it's really cool.
Konnichiwa, it's a computer world.
You know what Public Enemy is?
Public Enemy.
Word!
Public Enemy.
Now, news.
Probably somebody in office.
Rap godfathers Public Enemy have been forced to remove a series of tracks from their own website by their own record company. Annoyed by the delay of their upcoming remix CD, Bring the Noise 2000, Chuck D and the boys decided to post the entire thing, track by track, on their official website, publicenemy.com.
Check this next track out, it's had a remix.
Once word got round, the record company stepped in to shut them down. A furious Chuck D posted a message claiming record company execs are
weasels running scared of technology that evens out the creative field and makes artists harder to pimp.
You tell 'em, Chuck.
So, round 1 to The Suits, but round 2 has only just begun. Within hours of the tracks being deleted from the official site, they were reposted by an underground webzine intent on fighting the power itself. Whether it'll take a nation of millions or just a scary lawsuit to hold them back, only time will tell.
Bad news for animal lovers. The craze for realistic PC hunting games continues with a game which claims to take the genre to the ultimate extreme. The name of the game? Natural Fawn Killers.
God, what next? A game where you blow up Rolf Harris's Animal Hospital?
I'd settle for one where I got to remove your larynx with a sharpened spoon, Charlie, because I hate you and I hate your poxy voice. And Abe, the gangly star of the popular Oddworld games, has become a rap icon. The bug-eyed, warble-throated beastie is currently riding high in the hit parade in Germany, the nation that thinks David Hasselhoff can sing. Abe's single, Get Freaky, is a collaboration with German acts Lunatics and Flying Steps. And sadly enough, it sounds like this.
Get freaky, everybody in the house, get freaky. From the night to the day, the day to the night, where the ape is coming, then the time is right.
As we speak, a crack team of scientists is trying to work out just how abysmal this record is, using a special atrociousness measuring stick or something.
That's me. My name is Abe.
All this week's stories can be found caterwauling at the Radio 1 website at
www.bbc.co.uk/radio1/.
If you were an established DJ working on an important remix, you'd want as few distractions in your life as possible. You certainly wouldn't want to get addicted to a computer game. This week, Trevor Jackson, aka The Underdog, plays the newest N64 title, Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Well, you played a character of, I think I'm Link, I think he's like a little elf. He must be about 4 or 5 years old now. And I'm inside this big tree, in a dungeon in the tree, trying to destroy this indescribable sort of brightly coloured, cute-looking monster. Yeah, it's very hard to talk and play at the same time, actually. I'll tell you what, let me just get to this bit. I'm trying to get into this bit where I left. Ah, here we go. I was stuck here last time. I'm doing this Uncle remix with Ian Brown on it. And so, yeah, I have Ian Brown singing away in one room and Link jumping around the other room, and I'm just like skitting from side to side. In fact, well, don't tell James and Mo Wax that I'm not spending 100% of my time doing the remix, because it's likely to be 2 days late or whatever, but that's what I'm torn between at the moment.
The gaming press is calling Zelda the best game ever made. It's certainly the most important as far as Nintendo are concerned. Their console has been floundering amidst a dearth of solid releases, and they hope this is the title that'll save their system from obscurity.
You know, I'm not like a pure games anorak, right? But I have been sitting patiently waiting for this game, looking at every screenshot, waiting to see what this game will be like for the past, 3 years or something. And yet I can pick up this game and immediately something about it drags me right into it. It's, to me, Zelda is more Nintendo than Mario is personally. Just for as a more thought-provoking, far more interesting game. The 3D in it is just amazing. Graphics undoubtedly 10 out of 10. Gameplay is 10 out of 10. Sound on it for the Nintendo is fantastic, It's like, this is easily one of the best video games I've ever played.
Trevor may not be a games anorak, but we are. And we say Zelda 64 isn't the best game of all time, but it is the best console game this year by a very wide margin. And since it's full of elves and princesses and cute little tunes, it's also just a little bit camp. Trevor?
No, I don't feel in any way it's a girly sort of like kids game, far from it. You haven't seen the little fairy yet either, have you?
Zelda: Ocarina of Time is out on Friday.
Technology is good on Radio 1.
Now, get that sinking feeling in this week's Virtual Insight.
Machine gun your friends in the face at the same time. It's all thanks to a Quake 2 fan who spent 6 months recreating the doomed ship as a custom level for the world's favourite online game.
It's been created from blueprints of the ship itself, which means you and your mates can blow each other's limbs off in the tranquil settings of the classical first-class lounge.
It doesn't come with its own soundtrack, but if it did, it'd sound
10 p.m. The movie update on Radio 1. The update. On Radio 1.
They're absolutely out of their heads. You know that, I know that. This is Phantasma Groover.